You are all together just outside the tavern, surrounded by at least 100 townsfolk, many of which just emerged from the bar with you as part of the beginnings of a riot. You hear cries of anger and anguish in the air as the pillar of fire is just struck to the ground, blasting the stone wall apart on the other side of the portcullis. So there's now a massive opening, and there's a lot of surprise going on. I will move us to the inner castle. You have the guard captain held hostage at the moment. And the people are just in shock, and there's a lot of people running away from the wall. And you hear a lot of shouting coming from inside and screams of pain. Rubble and debris of the wall are just scattered everywhere, and now suddenly large pieces of rock begin to rain down. What is your next move?
Loop looks at everyone else for a minute, pulls a short sword out of his belt, and just kind of starts walking towards the opening in the wall.
I'll follow.
Yeah, I think and my belief. Like, if that's where Loop's going, I gotta go to protect him, and I'm not gonna hide from the fight.
What are these? These people are gonna stay here, right? They're not stupid enough to follow us.
Right now, you don't know what they're going to do. Everyone's just stunned and in shock.
Okay. I think we need to tell them to, stay back and make begin to defend themselves, basically. So if the crowd is controllable, that's what I would try and do. Because I don't want them running in there to their death.
Okay, so we'll make it a test. You could use oratory again. The failure is just the riot will grow even larger, and the townsfolk will swarm through the gate.
Oof. Okay. Okay.
Oratory. It's average will of the crowd, I believe, is 3 still from the townsfolk.
Yeah. Okay. So Lenora's calling to everybody, since she already, called down the column of fire. So she keeps calling to them and says, stay back, protect your homes, protect your families. Asher sends us forth to drive out whatever is plaguing your town. So that is I'm going to roll my oratory. Can I click on the die? Can I fork in my conspicuous? Oh, is this new that there's a thing at the bottom that says forks? Or was that always the case?
That was always there. Or it
Okay.
might not have been. I don't know.
I feel like the automatically connected ones were, and then there's like the petitioning that wouldn't be, of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I fork in my conspicuous and harvest God wise?
Yep. Sounds good.
And
help
can I lobby for a advantage or bonus dice because I've previously awed the crowd with my show of faith?
Yeah, I'll let you have advantage on this, because this is all pretty much happening within seconds. You essentially just finished this like massive, elaborate like prayer with the group, and then this happens, and so you kind of continue on. So I'll allow that.
All right. Is anybody helping?
Yes, I'd like to help with persuasion.
You could count your last
Yeah, I thought-
oratory as a linked test as well. You passed obstacle by 1, so that could give you another dice.
I've already, I think, headed to the wall. So, but even if I were around, I don't think I'd help because I think Ivo would probably take you can't control the will of the people, sort of like let's embrace the chaos, and I don't know that he would have helped anyway. But I think I'm already headed away.
Loop's on a mission. I gotta go up that wall.
All right. So what does Dukat say?
Something like, yes, we will rid this town of evil forces, as I'm, my sword drawn and I'm headed towards heading towards Loop.
All right. So then I click on accept help, and then I just add another bonus die. Is that what I'm doing?
Yep.
All right. It's a routine test, so let's see how we do.
Jesus.
Oh, we did good. We did real good.
The people begin to flee back into their homes.
Okay.
And there is still the initial group, the initial mob you see is gone from because they were chasing the soldiers up the portcullis, and now they're moving off into the castle wall that has been cleared for them.
Okay.
And not too far behind them is the rest of your group. But it looks like the courtyard is quickly emptying as people flee back into the town and the safety of their homes.
Great. All right. I follow the others.
As you enter in through the courtyard, there is a whole group of like bodies that were obviously near the wall, when it exploded. So the smell of burnt flesh is the first thing that hits you. And you see some still burning corpses of guardsmen, and a few of them were very obviously Golden Army warriors based on what they're wearing. There's a scattered weapons about, and you still see that some of their weaponry is intact. If you wish to scavenge, you know that the Golden Army used very high quality weapons. They're far superior to the average guard weapons.
Loop suddenly has a ton of weapons.
But there's not too much activity outside. A lot, you see people fleeing, deeper into the castle grounds. And Dalaran is a sprawling city, so you're just almost in uptown compared to what you were just in, but there's just a congestion of buildings, roads, pathways leading through alleyways all around you.
Can I, instead of scavenging for weapons, I mean, I have a solid scavenging skill. I'm wondering if I can kind of scan the bodies of the Thomists that have been killed for any paperwork or any sort of, I don't know, like tokens, or I'm thinking about, again, that idea of like safe passage or I mean, also intelligence, but I can't read, but anything unique that could be useful, basically, that they might have on their person that would be worth kind of stripping them of. And I'd probably play it safe, knowing that I don't know what I don't know, and would probably try to grab more than less, if that makes sense.
So, do you have scavenging as a skill already?
Yeah, before.
Scavenging is really interesting. So, is this... You can almost decide. Ob 6 is obscure or out of place. Ob 5 are rare objects like documents, books, specialized tools. Valuable items, Ob 4. Hard to find, such as medicine, weapon, or tools, Ob 3.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense that it would be... Wait, yours says... Wait, my book says rare objects like documents, books is Ob 4. Did you say it was Ob 5? Maybe I'm misreading it. Oh, I see. The Ob is at the end.
Yeah, the Ob's at the end.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I think that makes sense. I don't know if anyone would be willing to help, because I only have a B4. But, I certainly think anyone who's able to read would logically be able to help suss out what might be useful. But, yeah, I don't know. I just thought it would be worth.
So, what are we looking for? We're looking for documents.
Anything useful. So the two directions my brain went in, or Ivo's brain went in, would be intelligence, like documentation that gives us a better understanding of the Thomists, whether that be their strengths or power structure, like anything in that direction. The other would be sort of the idea of, are there certain symbols they carry or tokens that would either allow us to pass as Thomists or give us access to other areas where the Thomists have authority? Because again, like, one of my beliefs is that idea of safe passage, freely moving within occupied territory. So like, that's the other angle, if that makes sense.
But they are on fire.
Yeah, that's why we should get on it. They're not like completely incinerated.
Some of the
they?
corpses
I mean,
are just charred. And so you could do like a group scavenging to help him. And so I'm thinking that it sounds like you want to do Ob 5 rare documents, essentially. And so you'll obtain a handful of things if you can hit Ob 5. If you wanted to simply loot them for their valuables and weapons, that would be an Ob 4. Or just weapons, Ob 3.
No, I'm not worried about weapons. Though,
I'll help you with observation.
yeah, I do have an instinct never turn down an opportunity to turn a profit. So, so I have to
there you
cheat
go.
money or the
No,
documents.
it just gets easier. You'll get everything up to that Ob. So if you want to
Oh, I see.
really try
Okay.
to find some documents, it's Ob 5. If you're good with just money and weapons, it's Ob 4.
No, but I have a feeling I'll hit something profitable. So, I just realized that instinct would trigger probably.
And
so,
what happens if we fail?
Yeah. If you fail, a small force of Golden Army warriors are going to converge on you and the mob that you are just right now. They're kind of briefly paused. A few of them have just charged into the heart of town, where, like, you know, the main citadel would be, but it's just this kind of brief moment in time. And so if you fail, Golden Army soldiers will appear.
and can I ask? Just I keep trying to reinforce this. Is the Golden Army synonymous with the Order of Thomists?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because that would trigger another belief. Is
As
like
far
kicking
as
ass and
you
taking names.
know,
Okay.
yes. Like, you know there were other people who abandoned the army after the coup, but you don't know who or where they went.
Okay.
So you could always circles test
okay,
for
so-
other abandoned or other deserters also, and have the same easier time
Mm-hmm.
of finding them. But so, as far as you know, standing Golden Army stayed with the Chancellor, basically.
So, rolling. I'm gonna throw out a few of my forks, and you tell me if they work, because these are the ones that make sense to me. Appraisal, observation, and stuff wise.
Yeah.
Oh,
those
and
all-
symbology.
Yeah, I'll let you use symbology for the documents aspect.
Yeah, I thought again if they have tokens that grant them passage, or I might be able to identify. It's less about documents and more like, useful. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if they have like badges and that kind of stuff. If that makes sense. That was the idea behind symbology. Okay, so that's 4 forks. You're okay with appraisal, symbology, stuff-wise, observation.
Yes.
I am
Okay.
helping with observation as well. You get 1 dice from me.
So I click accept help and put the 1 in the bonus dice.
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if there was a second prompt. Anyone else?
Can I,
It has
can
a-
I assist with Reed?
That was my first thought when I was hoping for help. Yeah.
Okay. So Lenora is like also helping you search these burned, nasty bodies for any documents.
Okay.
Can I help with Elven script to read anything that might be in Elvish?
I mean, I guess that depends on if there are
I'm
elves.
I'm stretching. I'm stretching.
Well, I mean, if there are elves, it's not a stretch. I just don't
Yeah.
read would know that.
I think that would make sense.
Okay. All right. I feel pretty good about that pool.
I think you got it.
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah.
So when if there's I'm just surprised you have to add a point on for bringing on help. I'm surprised it says accept help as an option. I'm just gonna roll a random skill to see it. Yeah, interesting. Okay.
Did I do it right?
Yeah, I think because it means if you get more than 1 help, but it just seems pointless to have that. But I guess just checking the box shows you that in the text is the only reason for that, which is helpful.
Where does it say it in the text?
I guess it's the bonus +3.
Uh-huh. Okay. God, maybe the bonus doesn't work if you don't check the box.
Yeah, interesting. Whatever. Okay, you find that the Golden Army soldiers that have fallen here were using axes, and you find one fully intact spear. And the spears of the Golden Army is kind of known to be their like most lethal fighting force. They were the direct guard for Amalise, and so this is really who Dakath worked closely with, were the spearsmen, and they're known to be just the most ferocious warriors in the Golden Army. You find
What kind of axe are we talking about?
they are large two-handed axes,
Okay.
and they've all been
And going
splintered and destroyed in the explosion.
Yeah, I mean, is there any like better stuff? Like again, like
Yeah, I'm-
XD of treasure
I'm
or the
continuing.
intel or
Yeah, don't worry,
Oh,
that
okay,
was
cool.
just the beginning.
Yeah, I was just
So-
like, I don't care about
So
weapons.
these are just regular two-handed axes, yeah?
They seem a bit oversized. They seem very large.
Okay.
You know that they're usually used by just more elite forces of the Golden Army. You know,
Right.
the standard sword and small axe and shield is the average. But you also know Antoine led like a really elite force, so you're basically just kind of confirming that it's his squadron that is here. But it wouldn't be normal for spearmen to be here. They specifically guarded Amalise. You find, I know, what's the best way to deal out treasure in Bernie? I'm thinking there's too many game systems in my head.
Yeah, I think Torchbearer, where it's like XD of treasure or something, or I don't know if that's how it works. Oh yeah, there's 0 dice of cash that I have right now, 0 dice of funds. I don't know the difference, but that's on the sheet.
You just throw everything in the bag of holding.
I would say
if I'm broke.
everybody finds 1 cash dice worth of coinage.
Mm-hmm.
And
This
then
is a hilarious storming.
Hey, this might be useful though. I mean, I think in the long term, I mean, it's definitely slowing us down, but
all of the bodies that you search contain a small manuscript of sorts, like a small bound book. And you look through them and they all appear to be exactly the same. And it is full of writings in different languages and symbols you do and do not recognize. There's symbols of all sorts of different gods. And there are passages and direct quotes written in Elvish. And it is essentially appears to be a prayer book for Auntie.
okay. Yeah, I can't read that, but I'm assuming Lenore and Dakar.
Yeah.
That's their help. Cool.
So I just got back. Was there a big pile of cash?
We each get 1D.
Oh, sweet.
Okay, cool. Anything else, or we keep moving? Because to Nick's point, that was, not a very focused storming of the castle.
there's not really anything they carry, it appears, in the way of like a writ of passage of any kind. And you did know, you were told by the guard captain that they were snuck in originally, but he didn't go into detail about it, other than they were disguised as peasants, I think. And so that's mostly all the notable scavenging.
Cool. Worth it, I think, but
Who took the spear? Anyone in particular would take it?
I mean, if no one else is taking it, Luke will take it, just because it's a thing to take. But he has no means of using a spear.
And now's the time to start learning.
I mean, sure, why not?
It's
Does anyone see the door that we need to go to?
are we still with the captain of the guard? Like, are we still kind of dragging him along where we could get sort of like, all right, show us where we need to go kind of vibes?
that would make sense. Wait. Who's escorting him, I guess?
I would nominate Dakath since he's the badass.
Luke will say, which door is to the Seneschal's sanctum? Pointing vaguely to the captain of the guard.
What? Why would you want to go there? That's where Antoine would probably be, unless he's on his way here already.
I mean, yeah, that's where we want to go.
It's this way, and he like starts to run down a random alleyway
Hey,
just
slow
in
down.
front of you.
All right, let's go.
You hear the heavy tramping of armored greaves as a large force is kind of quickly running towards this new opening in the wall as you disappear into a back alley.
Okay, so we just ducked out of the way.
He would just keep moving forward. I don't know if anyone would stand back and wait to see what happens, but he's you've bound him, and he's attempting to just like quickly move through the back alleys of the inner city, and he seems very
No,
nervous.
I think we're moving.
Yeah. Luke's gonna like stop for a minute and like impose his will upon the city, and he's gonna say a little prayer to himself and like find some spirits to like aid their troop. That's all right.
Is spirit binding that quick of an action?
Yep, you can do it as will. I don't get all my cool bonuses, but yes, I can do it just thinking about it.
Okay, so
I'm going to bind a power 1 spirit of the night, let's say, of the city and of the night to aid us in our journey throughout this city. There are more than 3 of us, so it's odd 4 in total, and it's going to give everyone here +1 advantage dice as long as it's the night and we're in the city. Alright. Can you set my obstacle to 4, please?
so are you doing this as an imminent?
I'm preeminent, so I don't get bonuses and I don't get penalties. because I'm haunted by spirits and ghosts.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
Where were we headed? Were we headed to find Skagos?
Yep.
Okay.
Or the magistrate, really. But
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So those are the chambers we were trying to get info to from the captain of the guard.
Mhm.
Presumably Skagos is there with the magistrate. Is that the idea?
Yep.
So which
may
actual
I-
are you doing the help spirit task?
Yes.
Cool.
May I fork in astrology, city-wise, philosophy, and that's it.
What's your justification for philosophy?
I don't have one. Let's just do astrology and city-wise. I thought it would come up with something, and just nothing ever came.
So there's a weird thing about astrology. Do you know about how astrology works as a fork?
Yeah, it can
Right.
go up or down, but I don't know how to do that with
I was wondering, how do we do that in this system? You would essentially have to roll one die separately at the end.
yeah. I guess I'll just do that then. Yeah, all right. What is my failure consequence?
Failure consequence. If you fail this, there will be signs and consequences that show a battle happening between Auntie and Asher.
That sounds cool. Sorry, I'm eating a sandwich while I'm doing this. All right, let's roll.
Oof. Fail.
Yeah, that's not nothing.
And no way to change it.
Nope.
So tell
wait,
us
I
your
have to-
whole. What is your
Roll that
process
extra
of?
die. Maybe it'll be a 6.
A 1.
Oh,
Nope.
you got to roll it again now because it's a 1.
Whoa, 2 6s. What?
What does that mean?
I don't know why I rolled twice.
I don't know why I rolled twice either, but
It should have, but I don't know why it did.
right.
It doesn't mean anything. It just means you don't lose a success.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. If you roll the astrology dice, it comes up a 1, and then you roll it again and it fails, you lose a success.
Okay.
Wow.
So it doesn't actually explode for successes after you roll the 1. That's just a test
No.
of losing. Gotcha.
No. Yeah.
That'd be kind of crazy if it did, because that would bring you up to 3 successes.
That would be so broken. But
I know,
I don't
right?
think it works.
Yeah, it's already broken enough. Okay, so what is your whole process of a quick spirit binding? Like, you're in this alleyway. Did you just hang out at the end of the group while they're moving ahead, or did you kind of stop the guard? Because you kind of stopped the guard essentially right away when he tried to run off. But I'm just trying to get an image in our heads of where everyone
I just-
is and what you're
Luke
doing.
just like we're running down down the alleyway, and then Luke just stops for a minute and like mumbles for himself, and then goes running again.
Okay. Within seconds as you all are kind of weaving through this very tight alley with lots of corners and twists, and you see at times as you're moving that you are you could leave the alley pretty easily and you would be on a really large, kind of massive road. And you see tall peaks of buildings kind of briefly between the buildings you're running through and behind. And you get a feel, I don't think all of you have been to Dalaran before, but it's quite large. And it's kind of a twisting maze. And suddenly you hear just a crack of energy fill the sky, followed by a booming thunder and just a blinding flash. Briefly blinds you. It just, all of you just see white for a brief moment and hear this noise erupt from the sky. And suddenly a pile of dark clouds have moved in. And you see blasts of lightning begin to strike down different places in the city in rapid succession. And you would probably move for not too much longer, a few minutes, when the guard captain would stop and say, just beyond this courtyard are the stairs to the Citadel. That's where the magistrate will be. But there's heavy guard right now, I'm sure, of Golden Army warriors. I don't know how you intend to get in there.
What do you guys think? How do we intend to get in there?
Luke says, I'll distract them and run down that road, and you guys go in.
Do they have like uniforms and stuff?
Yeah,
I'm picturing-
I mean, these are like the elite soldiers, so probably.
So you're kind of in a blind spot. Like, you can see just out of this corner of the alley, and it just appears to be a large road and a courtyard, but you do see kind of another wall behind it further off, but there's no activity at the moment. And I'm just kind of picturing you all almost like backs to the wall, determining your next move. But as far as you can tell, nobody is there from your position right now. Other than
All right, guys.
bolts of lightning actively striking down off in the distance into the city, it appears eerily quiet in this courtyard.
And is that from the failed spirit binding test, or is that remnants of Lenora's, like the fire and stuff?
No, the lightning is from the other god, is Anti.
Jeez.
It's
And they do have uniform?
Say that again.
Lucas was you were saying something too. I think we talked over each other.
The gods are fighting above us, and we're trying to sneak into a back door. So it's very real. I don't know.
And I had asked Reed. You never answered. Or at least I didn't hear. Do they have uniforms? The Golden Army?
Yeah, they wear basically golden armor with tabards that depict a sun on them. They're very
ones.
obvious to
Sorry.
spot. Like, and they wear their armor proudly and all the time. And you used to be one of them.
Okay. I don't have any good ideas.
Well, it seems like it might be good to see if there's anybody hiding and do like a scout this area, this eerily quiet courtyard. And then if Luke wants to run off and be a distraction, that's fine.
You guys want to do a group look around check?
Yeah, I mean, I know I have a good observation. I don't know if anyone has better or wants to take the lead, but I'm
I
happy to
have
help.
observation. It's not good, but I have it, so I can help.
Yeah, I have a 4. I don't know if anyone can top that.
No, you should take it.
Okay.
It's your idea.
Well, it was
Unfortunately, I
yours.
can't help. But
Me neither.
I'll cover
So-
our backs. I guess
I
it
think-
depends on whether there's something there.
Why almost the way, I mean, observation's really specific. I would think it more of a perception test if you're just trying to go out a little and scout and lead the way, if that's the way I'm understanding.
Okay. In that case, we can all do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have perception 6. I don't know. I mean, it was your idea, though, Lenora. So you're welcome to take the lead.
No, go for it. We'll help you.
Okay.
Is everyone helping? Meaning 3 bonus dice?
How
Yep.
do you
Yeah.
set an ob for a base stat?
Yeah. What are the failure consequences?
Failure to this is lightning is going to strike directly near you all, and it's going to prevent you from getting inside, and you will have to escape the crumbling building next to you.
What's the obstacle?
Yeah, I'm thinking, well, 3 or 4. Thinking 4 makes more sense. It's what exactly are you going alone, Ivo? Just to get out and like peer around the corner, or are you being more brazen than that?
I mean, if they're helping, I guess I'm assuming we're all involved in some way. Yeah, I mean, I guess we would have to kind of sneak out a little bit to try to get a look. I don't know how we can just like magically look out and not know. I don't know. Maybe I'm not picturing it well though.
Yeah, we'll leave it at an ob 4.
Okay, so I can go ahead and roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you did it.
There you go.
Hey, we all get a.
I really should make
Oh,
the
no, I
obs
get a
higher
typical
just because
perception
you're not
test.
really. Oh, sorry. So you all kind of move closer to the edge of the alleyway, and you see a small mob of peasants holding a few of them with swords and knives, kind of even large kitchen axes, even meat cleavers. And it is night, so some of them are also brandishing torches, and they're running towards a Golden Army small squad. There's 10 of them that you see just around the corner that would have spotted you likely if it weren't for this mob, when suddenly a lightning bolt pierces down and strikes the Golden Army platoon, and they are obliterated. And your path is clear into the Citadel.
Shows how helpful their god is.
Yeah.
Let's proceed.
Loop is in this moment realizing, wow, it's been a while since we've all seen just miracles happen constantly.
It is a bit refreshing, though terrifying.
You enter into a
And
large.
I'll kind of take the lead.
Oh, okay. You enter into a large open corridor at the top of the staircase that kind of goes off into different little tunnels. You're almost in some sort of entryway, kind of a large stronghold of sorts, and it comes up, it kind of continues up higher. There's another staircase, and the whole time you hear shouts and screams coming from down in the town, but you can also tell there are guards or soldiers in the halls around. Every time you turn a corner, you can hear other people kind of brandishing armor and yelling out battle orders, and people trying to understand what's going on. There's just a lot of confusion from what you're hearing, and the guard captain is still kind of leading you as quickly as he can away from others deeper into the citadel. And you finally come into a big circular courtyard with a large fountain that leads into this sort of main building, and you've gone up so much you can look out and see the entire city from this kind of viewpoint garden.
Whoa.
And you are seeing lightning bolts just blast down from the sky, destroying buildings and striking groups of people. You can't tell who or what. And then there's also kind of this bristling fire in the clouds. Hey, who are you? What are you doing here? And two Golden Army warriors, both with axes, spot you and begin to head quickly towards you.
Recognize your superiors and stand aside.
Oh, I'm going to have you roll conspicuous against these guys. Does anyone else want to role play anything they would say or do to kind of help with the recognition of maybe what your standing was in the Golden Army before the coup?
Yeah, I would just form up beside him, not saying anything.
Yeah, I have falsehood, so I would. Oh, I'm sorry. I would use falsehood and probably just say like, "Don't you know who you're talking to? Stand down, man."
Yes, we are envoys.
I'm just trying to use our previous status with them because I am very recognizable.
I mean, we all are.
So maybe these guys don't have the full picture on who's involved with what.
I would actually argue that he's the only recognizable one of all of you. You were all just kind of soldiers.
Yeah, we're mooks. He's the cool guy.
They would, Lenora, the fact that
I'm
you're
the different
tonsured
guy.
by Lenora's wardrobe and the fact you're tonsured, that alone is almost a help dice.
And can I use my etharchal die trait to get the 1D affiliation with elven etharchs? Because they would know that there's not a lot of those around.
Yeah.
That was only work for circles tests.
Yeah, the other one would be the character trait born under silver stars. To those who look upon the elves with clear eyes, there shimmers an unmistakable halo, like white light through a gossamer veil. So they at least get the impression that I'm the real deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess conspicuous works. It seems a little...
I guess if we're using conspicuous, then I will be opening that.
I'm just trying to think if anyone else can think of something that works more for being recognized rather than... Because conspicuous reads to be like drawing attention to yourself to draw attention away from others, but I know it's not really forked in that way.
No,
Can be.
it's just to get yourself noticed. The other option would be command.
Command, you think maybe?
But conspicuous sounds okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, and commands like hesitation and battle is the ob, which... man, it in certain ways it does apply, which is really interesting, even though it's really not meant to be used this way.
What is the root of conspicuous?
Will.
They fork in oratory and conspicuous.
So I'm helping with falsehood. I think Ivo's helping with falsehood.
It's an ob 1, really, and so you'll be opening it, so it'll be ob 2. But can
The
you...
character sheet does the doubling automatically.
Oh, it will.
Okay. And I still have a wound penalty.
Your character sheet does that as well. We discovered that last session.
Yeah.
Failure.
So
Failure is they are going to attack you.
Sweet.
Pretty simple.
So you can take help from conspicuous, from my conspicuous.
Okay, so are we doing that with bonus dice or the click accept help thing?
I think you have to click accept help and then you add the bonus dice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'm getting, was it 2 help dice?
I think 3.
I think Ivo helped you too.
Perfect.
Yeah. And
Oh, yeah,
remind me,
he's-
do we get a test that's the same as his test?
We test what skill we're helping with against his obstacle. So it's going to be routine, very likely.
Yeah, well, because it's technically ob 1, even with the auto double. Wow, barely.
Wow.
With the wound, you barely.
Barely.
got it. That's crazy.
You did it. Good job. I mean, you have Arda, but sweet.
Yeah. Thank you, dice.
Okay, can I interrupt for like a foundry question or the forge question?
Mhm.
So maybe this was already happening. I don't know. But my falsehood, I tried to bubble in for a second routine test, and it turned like yellow rather than gray. The whole box of falsehood. It's a B2, and now I have 2 routine and 1 difficult. Is it turning yellow because that's an indication like I actually go to a B3
I think so.
and
If
have to
you've,
clear the?
if you've gotten 2 routines and 1 difficult, you have already, then I think it's probably telling you to advance your skill.
Okay, I just had never seen that part of the interface. All right, cool. Okay, sorry.
That's cool. They run up to you, and they have their axes at the ready. They were ready to strike. And one of them stops and holds his hand out in front of the other and says, "Halt! She's tonsured. And this is Dakath." And they both have complete recognition of you. And what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be here.
Luke steps in front. And where are we supposed to be, soldier?
With the main forces. What? We were told no one else from the ranks were in Dalaran. For the safety of the Golden One.
You are told what you were needed to be told. Stand aside.
For the safety of the Golden One? Explain.
We are here as personal guard for her. The deception will fail if you're discovered to be here. Why are you here? This doesn't make any sense.
Who are you protecting, soldier?
The magistrate and the Lady Amelie lie within. How did you get in here? What is going on out in the city? And then a crack of lightning shoots down near you and kind of explodes the fountain, and rubble and blocks of stone fly through the sky.
That is the fury of Asher. The Lady Amelie has been killed, and we have been betrayed. You are here on a deception against and a betrayal of your faith. Come and we shall strike against our liars and heretics.
The white lightning is not of Asher, that is of the dark god. What is happening here? And quickly, this way. And they kind of rush inside along you. We'll take you to Antoine.
No.
What?
Take us to Magistrate Kellen.
The magistrate? What? Why?
I point
Do
to
as you're
the,
told.
we know why this is happening.
Consider it in order and move.
You smell smoke as you move deeper in through kind of the labyrinth of the inner ward of the castle citadel. And you hear yelling and shrieking kind of echoing through the halls. And it smells just intense of burning. Something on fire. And it doesn't take you long before you are led into kind of a grand hall. And the closer you get to the hall, the stronger the burning smells, and there's even smoke coming out from under the door. And the two guards, the two Golden Army, push the door open, and all the tapestries within have been set alight on fire, and the throne itself is on fire, and there's a burnt body thrashing around, screaming on the ground in the middle of the room. And a circle of the mob, the commoners from outside the wall, are burning everything in the room down, and they have even killed several Golden Army warriors and taken their armor, some of their armor even for themselves, and are kind of adorning it. And they have almost
Wait, so
just
the
this,
mob has burned?
Mm-hmm. The mob has somehow made their way in there. You seem almost that their torches are just... The torches themselves are blue and green. They're burning with this insane amount of heat that is not normal for a torch.
It's
And they're-
definitely the magistrate, though.
You can't tell, really. It is a dwarf, but it's
Okay,
been
and
complete.
I thought Lenora persuaded the mob to disperse to safety.
Well, the full mob. There was the original small group that was not part of that. That was
okay.
to prevent the entire town, essentially, from flooding in and getting cut down.
Okay.
And the peasants are chanting almost in unison and kind of otherworldly in this echoing chamber, just Asher, Asher, praise Asher in her name.
Ivo's giving the side eye to Lenora. Is this
Luke's
the
giving the
mob
other
that needs
side
my-
eye.
What?
Luke's giving the other side eye from the other side.
What happened to these people?
So I'm gonna do just a tiny bit of metagaming, just so you can see kind of what I'm thinking is Loop's failure of this battle, caused this battle between the gods. So it's known to that Asher and fire have always gone together, and you're kind of learning that Anti and lightning always go together. So essentially, because of that failure of spirit binding, Asher possessed a small group of the peasants who you had converted and empowered them with a natural flame enough to burn stone, and they are setting this whole place alight around you, basically.
Getting kooky.
Well, we have business here, so I'm going to fall to my knees, pray to Asha to calm her followers so that we can continue on our path to find justice for Lady Amelis. I don't know exactly what I'm praying for, but
Are you trying to do a faith test?
yes,
Do you?
I feel like that's the only thing that can stop them because they're controlled by a god.
Sure. I only want it to be a faith test if you're gonna get like a challenging, if it'll help push you forward, but it would also
Right.
have like a high price.
Right.
Whereas if that's not really what you're trying to do, then I think a general, I don't even know if you would have to roll necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to, with the consequence, we can do that. And it'll
So
probably end up with getting a lot more info or something story-wise. So
otherwise, they don't. I mean, they're not going to listen to her. All right, and if she's just praying, nothing's going to happen. So I guess that makes it either a purification or a minor miracle. Yeah. Something in that realm.
I like purification. Where's faith in the book?
Oh, it's way in the back. It's like 520 something.
Emotional magic. When it is dark, we pray for light. When sorcerers chant, we pray their spells be broken. When the blade is snapped, we pray that it may be made whole. That's interesting.
Yeah, it's complicated because I'm essentially praying to God to stop God doing what God wanted to do.
I mean,
Oh,
almost,
I just put.
what were you gonna say? Lucas?
Sorry. I just put together why Asher is a god of fire as well. That's it. Sorry.
Was it out of character or?
Yes, Asher is the god of the harvest and ash.
Yeah. Well, it's cleansing and rebirth. It's what fire does. The Golden Army was known for burning down those who wouldn't follow their doctrine. I almost like hindrance because it's to stop them from.
So it's kind of in the spirit of hindrance, right?
Yeah, exactly. So I think we'll
asking-
go with Ob 6.
Okay.
And so failure. If you want to figure out your forks, I'll think on failure for a moment.
There's no forks. It's faith.
Oh, that's right. Okay, so
I'm gonna fail the test. It's cool.
On a failure, the two. Well. Okay. On a failure, you are going to encounter an avatar of Anti.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
My devil.
That's cool.
Oh, Ob
So,
6.
as she's praying, her hands look like they're starting to burn. And all right, I'm gonna roll it. I will. It's Ob 6 on 6 dice. So I will add my 1 persona point.
If we pray with you, would that help?
Only if
You're a believer.
only if you're a believer, and
Well-
combined you have 20 will dice.
I have 6 will. I don't have the believer trait, but I am a believer in Loop's
Yeah.
heart.
You know.
Same, except 5 will.
Yeah, I don't think Ivo is. So I think you're just kind of.
You can't hit.
I don't know.
20
Do the
even
2
if-
guards that are with us count? And the guard
The
captain?
2 guards would count. What did you say? Their will?
Yeah.
4. So 4 and 4, 8.
All right, so that gives me 1. If you guys are praying with me. And I will I mean I got a persona point. You got to spend it. I'm going to spend it. Let's go.
Can I get a quick recap? I had to step out to let my dogs out. I feel like when I left, you were trying to do a miracle.
Whoa!
No!
Whoa!
Wow.
I
That's
guess
the
I don't
recap,
have
Connor. The recap is whoa!
I was asking in case I needed or could help, but it doesn't look like it was
No, it was-
necessary. But I could still use the recap.
That Artha dice saved you.
Yeah.
I did it. Where did you step out at, Connor?
I think Maya was talking about this idea of, there was a debate whether it was like a miracle or something else. Like,
So-
I think it was setting up this role, but I just
Lenora-
wasn't sure.
Yeah, Lenora attempted to call upon Asher to bring hindrance upon them, and with that consequence of encountering an avatar of Auntie, and then got 6 success on a 6 ob.
To call on Asher to hinder the mob?
Yeah, because Asher has possessed them, and is making them light things on fire. So I prayed to Asher to calm them down.
I thought you'd be like thrilled. So
No, because we're looking for people that are important to us here. I would rather they not get burned to death.
Yeah, chill out, God. We're on a mission from you.
getting a little muddled. I thought you were like as close to a fanatic as it got. Okay, that makes sense too, though.
The 3 possessed townsfolk almost come to a zombie-like state. And don't appear to move at all from their current position. Their eyes still appear to just be glazed over, and they're holding these overly heated torches.
All right. Well, I would remove the torches from their hands so that they don't burn down and burn them, and say, leave them be.
As you attempt to, you find the torch unable. Their grip is like stone.
Oh. Okay.
You try to pry their fingers, and they seem to just become like immobile objects of extreme
They're like
heaviness.
statues.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you hear this kind of almost whiny, pitched but gruff voice from a nearby room. Help me! Please help me! They're gonna kill me! Somebody help me!
Oh, let's go. I hope that was Skagos that got burnt and not the magistrate. Let's open that door.
They're both dwarves, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the lead going over to the door.
The door is locked.
Luke has an axe and the will to open a door. I begin chopping. Do you need me to roll anything? Or are we just gonna have that
I
door?
don't think so.
Get
I don't
open?
think it would.
I also have an axe.
Yeah, you start breaking the door down. Inside.
Who is it? We're here. We're here to get you out. I say, so he doesn't think we're coming in to murder him.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. And this dwarf, wearing very nice finery and kind of a long flowing red cape of sorts. He looks a little singed. His clothing has been a little ruffled, and he smells of smoke. Oh, thank God! Did you kill them? Did you get rid of those rioters?
They have been appeased.
Well, I'll have their heads for this if you haven't taken them already. Out of my way! And he goes to push past you.
Who is this? The magistrate?
You recognize
Yeah, do we
this?
know what
Oh.
Skagos looks like?
I think you would know what Skagos looks like, and it is Skagos.
Why don't
Where-
you have a seat, Skagos?
Where's the magistrate?
Well, he was evacuated at the first sight of trouble, of course.
And why are you still here?
Well, I got trapped in there. I was hiding. They never should have made it this far. I don't understand. No townsfolk such as these should have ever gotten past the golden guardians, and he is now moving into he's moved into the. If you, I guess, unless you like really stood in his way, but he said sit down, so I thought maybe you were by the. Well, there's probably these little steps that lead up to the throne room, but the throne is still like on fire, and the room, while not burning down around you, like is still filling with smoke too, and it's starting to seep into the little kind of back room that he was hiding in.
Yeah, I'll follow him out of the burning room for sure. Not make him sit down there, but I'm like not trying to let him go and find a bunch of guards and stuff.
Yeah. We have questions for you. Where has the magistrate been taken?
To the lower levels of the Citadel. There's hidden chambers down there that he keeps for emergencies. Antoine's with him, so I'm sure they're fine.
And
Can I ask?
You citizens, of course, you deserve a great reward for. I can see that you are part of the Fellowship. And he motions to Lenora in like your tonsured state, your baldness, and even the elf.
Connor, you're saying something?
Yeah, sorry, I didn't. Sometimes it's hard to tell when people are done. Reed, were you done, or did you want to keep
Yeah,
going?
what were you saying?
All right. Okay. Well, I was going to ask, if it's a dwarven corpse burning in the magistrate's chamber, is there a way to, tell if he's lying? Is that observation, or can I, sort of use my falsehood to kind of evaluate if he's lying? I don't want to not be suspicious that he's full of shit, basically. I don't know how that mechanically looks, basically.
You can make a basic will test against his falsehood. So I'll set an ob by rolling falsehood.
It would be will and not perception?
Yeah, because if he rolls falsehood, your will sets the...
Okay.
You're right. No, I'm going to have you do perception. Thank you.
It's your call. The only reason I asked is, from a metagame standpoint, my perception score's better, and it I can see it being perception, because I'm trying to perceive the truth or whatever. But if it's will, it's will. I don't know.
No, if he was straight up lying, if you were rolling falsehood, it's against the person's will. So it's technically he should just roll against you, but I'm just going to use falsehood to set an ob, and then you roll perception against that. It makes a lot more sense to me.
Okay. What's your call? Lucas, what?
Ooh,
I don't know if I can help you with this or if I should do it myself, but also I would like to do either of those.
Yeah, it's obviously super suspicious that there's a dwarven corpse. I don't know. I felt like maybe you were just waiting to bring this up, but I felt like the vibe I had was you were just sort of rolling with his potential lies. So
I was waiting to see if someone chose to do exactly what you're doing, so I'm glad.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm trying to just role play as much as possible, so you feel free to role play, engage,
waiting to interrogate him, basically.
Yeah.
Well, it seemed like that had started, which is why I was like, this guy's, I don't know. Full of it.
Give it to us.
So what are we rolling here?
He's doing perception, and I don't think you can get help on stat tests, can you?
You can, but...
Oh.
We had done it before.
There's something that doesn't allow it, and I can never remember. Maybe it's just...
I feel like we're all trying to figure out whether he's lying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, it does seem My brain says it shouldn't be help. It should all be everyone does an individual test.
That's D&D talking, man.
Yeah. Fair. It just like the idea of everyone helping in the process of listening to this guy just seems counterintuitive to me.
I can either roll observation or anatomy, or I can help with observation and anatomy. I also have falsehood, so I don't know. I feel like someone is rolling a skill, not perception, against this, or just seeing what's happening. Like observation is finding out what's hidden, and what's hidden right now is the truth. So that's what I think is getting rolled.
Yeah, I don't know. Reed said perception, but I don't know if you want to ponder the new perspective to Reed that Lucas is throwing out there.
Perception is good.
That wouldn't help in this situation at all, right?
Well, it gives me
Say
another
again.
thought. Give me 1 second.
Nick,
So
what
I-
did you say? I missed the beginning.
It said.
I sent the keen senses or keen sight in the game chat, and it's like, I don't know. Elves see good. Does that help here?
I mean, it's for spotting somebody that is
Yeah, field maneuvers for range and cover
Seems
or
more
seeing long
physical, like
distances.
physical sight.
Yeah, it means literal sight.
The keen vision of elven eyes, like all that crap from like Lord of the Rings and stuff.
But you do have a trait of paranoid.
Ha! He's lying. We don't need to check. He's
Yeah.
lying.
yeah. Absolutely. You sit your ass down, and we're gonna go check out that body because I don't believe you at all.
So I'm gonna have. Well, let's just say who is helping with Connor's perception then? Like just very on a basic.
Lenora
level.
is helping.
Okay.
Loop is helping.
Luke is helping.
I think I'm not. I think I'm just like more keeping an eye on the shithead.
Making sure he's not gonna bounce.
Yeah.
Wait, the shithead being Skagos or the
Yeah,
captain?
Skagos.
Or both. Okay. Okay. Did you set an ob, Reed?
Yeah, the ob's
yeah,
4.
it's at 4.
Do you have any Artha? Because
I mean, I'm rolling 8 dice. I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
As soon as I say that, right?
Uh-oh. Oh my god, barely.
You did it.
I mean, you did it.
Yeah, a lot of ones. I saw all the ones first.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
I
That's
saw so many
what
ones.
a, what a roll. That's a
Well, I mean,
beautiful
I had-
roll.
I was gonna say I do have fate, so I was like, surely I'll roll a 6, and thankfully I did, but thankfully I passed it. Okay.
Who has observation as a skill?
I do.
I think Loop and I do. I'm not sure if Lenora or DeCoste do.
I do not.
I also do not.
Okay. I want both of you to do a beginner's luck on Ob. At an Ob 5.
Those of us who don't have the observation skill, you mean?
Yeah.
Say that again? Do a beginner's luck observation test for the 2 that. Huh. Okay.
And then I'm gonna have Loop. I want you just to do an observation as well.
But what about the test that he just passed?
That is, well, we'll get there. This is part of it. This is because he succeeded.
All right.
Is this it's a physical skill based on perception? I'm assuming.
I think
Oops,
so.
that's the wrong one. Observation is perception.
Perception?
Mm-hmm.
And the skill type is physical.
That makes sense. That would be mental, right? Perception's mental, I assume. You all know this shit way better than me.
Yeah, observation is based in perception, and it is hunting, actually. It's whatever one is hunting.
Oh,
And that's purely from memory, so
actually, I
could be
need
wrong.
1 second. It's not an ob vibe. I have to set the ob with the will test. Ob 3.
Still pretty good.
Okay, so ob 3. It's double obstacle, right?
Yeah, but when you set it up as a learning skill, it does it automatically in the sheet. So just kind of ignore that.
Yeah, okay.
And we don't have any bonus dice.
No.
I mean,
don't.
you do specifically because you're an elf. You have the +1 die, right?
Oh,
Elven eyes.
well, that's what I was asking about before, and I think that doesn't count in this situation.
It's
Yeah,
specifically
it's
talking about keen sight
it's-
trait.
Seeing long distances. Okay.
Okay, so they both failed. I would like to give you my big dumb list of forks.
Okay.
All right, my big dumb list of forks are. Is my obstacle 3 as well?
Yes.
My big dumb list of forks are anatomy. There's a corpse over there. I'm pretty sure that's the guy. Astrology. The stars are always in my favor with Asher's love. Falsehood. That dude's lying. Either landlord or merchant wise, because he is either a landed noble, and therefore I know the type of lies he would make, or he's a merchant, and I think he's a merchant, so I'm one of those. In addition to that, what else do I got? I think that's it. Are those all good?
Let's see. I don't think anatomy works. I think
It's fine.
is it specifically landlord wise?
Yeah, it's landlord wise. Like, I know landlords.
Yeah,
I know
that is
merchant.
so specific. I don't.
It's up to you, man.
I'll let
Honestly,
you...
I'm surprised you didn't allow anatomy. That one made sense to me.
Well, it just means the body isn't what we're seeing. It's something on him.
I'll let you use merchant wise only in the sense that you like have knowledge with merchant, your connections and kind of information, being an information highway amongst merchants, that you know a fair amount about Skagos and have even potentially dealt with him before.
Okay.
And some
I assume falsehood is good. As well.
Falsehood's definitely good, yeah.
I don't have any Artha, and I don't have spirit bindings, so it's just 3. All right. I'm rolling these bones.
Success.
60.
You... Something about his mannerisms and the way he's speaking and acting is you know that this is not Skagos of Redstone Arsenal. And Ivo... well, you're all suspicious that he's lying about where the magistrate is as well. He goes, come, I'll take you there myself. I'm sure he and Antoine are fine. This way, quick. And he starts to casually walk away from you.
You're not going anywhere.
Excuse me? What? No, hands off of me. I am the Queen's advisor.
Tell me who you are. You are not Skagos.
How dare you, sir?
Tell me quick, or my axe will be quicker.
What do you mean he's not Skagos?
He's not Skagos. I have heard of Skagos. This is not Skagos.
And whoever this is lying too.
Yes, he doesn't know where anyone is. Give him to the flames. That is my opinion. I feel like this is a falsehood designed to trick us. We need to keep searching. Either you tell the truth right now, or you meet what that man meant, and he gestures off to the burnt corpse.
Tell me, what is it you search for? Perhaps I can help you seek it out.
Who are you?
I am Skagos of Redstone Arsenal, sir. Lady Amelise appointed me as her regent to Dalaran and the magistrate here.
Walks over to one of the zombie corpses and says, Lady Asher, may I borrow this for a moment? He grabs the torch and sees if he can pull it away.
Unless you could do some kind of faith test, you wouldn't be able to.
I mean, everything is burning.
You can also...
Luke, so
They just grab some fire and bring it towards Skagos, not
we'll
Skagos.
grab him and drag him towards a burning tapestry.
Well, either one of those.
Yeah.
We do not have time for this, and I'll pull out my sword and put it to his neck.
You go, cutting to the chase.
Please, no, don't. I'm sorry. I'll tell you whatever you want to know.
Who are you?
I'm the magistrate, of course. I took Skagos' place, and I'm wearing his clothes. It was hopefully they would leave me be. I don't know where he went. It was his idea.
Do I even think this is the magistrate? I feel like landlord check actually would come up.
You know what? I would almost let you make a landlord-wise check to...
I mean, we succeeded on is he lying test, right? So if he's lying now, we would know.
Well, you're just not believing anything he says.
Yeah.
Dakoth, end him.
No.
I raise the sword back.
I will stand between the two of them.
We need to move on. I don't believe anything this man says. If he even is a man, there is godly trickery abound.
So, can you describe this guy?
He looks... So, Dakoth, you have seen Skagos up close and personal on many occasions, and it looks exactly like... It is Skagos of Redstone Arsenal.
Huh. What manner of sorcery is making you appear as such?
I think, yeah. That's the question. Does anyone have anything that can kind of sift through?
Yeah. Yes, we do.
Loop just looks at him the way he looked at that angel, that devil, to see if he can understand what's going on and look through past all the lies.
Do you have aura reading?
I have it opened.
I think I could probably purify him if he's some kind of shapeshifter.
I have been stalked by a devil since early this night. I don't think purification is the thing we want.
So, are there like demons and things in this world, Reed?
All you know of are spirits being summoned. That's like a known power for people
And
to
we've never
have.
heard of shapeshifters or anything like that.
Unlikely. And
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. I feel like we're in this situation where anything's possible if like the sky's raining fire and lightning and the gods are warring and like I don't know. I feel like there's got to be some way to like parse what's happening. But
so with Dakath's sword against his throat and you all debating how to either end him or cleanse him, you, Ivo, hear his speaking directly to you, and it says, "My dwarven brother," and you almost can't help but look at him, and he's holding this deep eye contact with you, and he says, "You must save me. You must help me. Slay the elf." And you need to make a will test.
interesting.
Ob equal to character's will with open-ended dice.
While he's doing that, can I cut him?
You hear him speaking, and you go to slash his throat, and your blade slices.
Oh, I wasn't going to slash his throat
Oh,
entirely,
okay.
but just cut him some to stop him from doing, like to try and throw him off of whatever spell he might be casting.
The flesh kind of splits and almost like grafts onto your sword before just forming back into perfect skin, unharmed completely.
Can we pause? I'm getting confused. I was envisioning him
Holy shit.
sort of communicating this to me without communicating.
Nope, he spoke out loud, and everyone heard it, and his voice sounded different, almost like hissing.
Yeah, why would he? Why? I guess I'm confused as to why he would do that with a blade at his throat. Okay, that's fucking weird. Okay, so do I have to do a will test, or did the blade puncturing his neck impact? what he
You
was trying to
see
pull
the
off?
blade basically do nothing. It cuts open the skin, which just reforms itself into nothing. Just no wound, no blood. And you have to make a will test against Ob 5. I rolled 5 successes.
And so Dakath heard him say, "You've got to kill the elf."
Everybody heard it.
Ah, this is interesting.
Yeah, with the weird voice.
So no blood kind of came out?
Nope, nothing. It looks as if it was never cut.
Interesting. Okay, so, sorry, I'm trying to kind of take notes still. Okay, will test. My will is 4. It's an ob 5, you say?
Mm-hmm.
And does a persona dice just give me another die?
I think so.
What does he have to do if he fails?
If this
Presumably.
fails, the suggestion is implanted and believed by the victim. It remains so for as long as he is in the presence of the person. In other words, you are heavily suggested you will attack him on a failure. You will begin combat against Dakath.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
So is a persona die just giving me an extra die?
Yeah.
Okay, so this gives me 5 on 5, and I've got a ton of fate. So I mean, I can only spend 1 fate to explode a 6. All the 6s?
All
Yes.
Or is it 1? Okay. Well, it's my best shot. Does anyone have other ideas for gaming the system,
You
or is
just
that about
gotta
it?
do this, my dude.
Okay, just wanted to check.
I'm gonna be singing the song as soon as I can, and I don't know how like wonderment will affect that.
And now,
it's a fight.
now you spend a fate point and you can re-roll that 6.
Oh,
And you re-rolled again. And
Oh.
no,
Bitch! Ah,
so close.
god damn it! It like teetered on a 4. It looked like, and whatever. Okay, so I go down to 6 fate. Damn it! That would have been awesome. Okay.
make sure
Well-
you mark that you spent Persona and Fate on Will.
Yeah, I was going to note that actually. The persona automatically deducted, the fate didn't. Which is
Yeah, it's weird.
odd.
I tried that too. Make sure you're also tracking your tests for these things, because like I know a couple of us have rolled a lot of perception tests, so like we're getting close.
Yeah, did I roll a perception test? I thought it was observation. I guess I'll look. Yeah, I mean this was a will test, and for some reason it marked that one.
Oh, did it do it automatically? That would be-
Yeah,
that would be
I'm
really
told
nice.
it
Sometimes it
automatically.
does and sometimes it doesn't. It's weird.
Yeah, it's always
Yeah.
worth
Yeah.
checking.
I did do a perception. Oh, it was a routine perception test. That's why I don't get anything for perception routine tests. Okay.
We
Maybe-
help you and we get the check and you don't get anything. That's what happens on a perception test.
That's fine. I mean, I don't mind. That's just how awesome I am at perception.
I know
Okay.
this is weird, but can I roll a steel test to tackle Ivo before he does anything? And say a sentence to Dakath?
Well, I think even before that would happen is everyone's going to make a steel test anyways because Song of the Sword gets sung.
Yeah.
What does that do exactly?
He's powering up his blade.
Charging my laser.
Yeah, you're...
Okay, so it just kind of gives you a bonus in combat when the time comes.
Well, it depends which...
Yeah,
which one
this
you do.
thing fucking.
Page is it on? Song of the what?
Song of the Sword.
Just curious.
It's on page 150. Ob
Yeah,
1
it's
is
fine.
+1 weapon speed. Ob 2...
Wow, some of these are cool.
Open-ended sword
Yeah, I need to make
dice.
an elf someday. Sorry.
What are you gonna do? What ob do you want? Oh, I typed it up under his skills too, I think, the options.
I think I'm going to go for sheesh. I have 6 die.
Remember, what gives you spirit weapon? Because that's what you probably...
Any of them.
Oh, any of them? Fuck
Any
it,
of
do
them.
something cool.
Yeah, that's what I was like, maybe I should do
Well, it's more like...
Ob
yeah.
6 would be a bit much.
Do something cool that you know you'll get.
Well, so let's do
Yeah,
it this
right.
way. let's do a failure consequence, because then you can maybe decide if you want to keep it lower just in the routine, or if you want to try to get a test out of it in difficult or challenging. So if you fail your Song of the Sword roll, your song will be broken by or I should maybe rather say interrupted by Golden Army warriors charging into the room and attacking you.
Well, we don't want that.
Oh, that. Go low.
Let's go ob
3's high.
I have 6 dice, and I get to call on Driven as well, and Fork and Sword. Do I Fork and Sword on this?
I don't think you
Fucking
fork
Song
into
of Songs if
songs.
you have it.
I don't have.
Don't forget,
Your
this
song-
would be a good use for fate too if you get 6s.
Yeah. I'll just go with the Ob 2 again. The open-ended sword dice are really nice.
I think I would say that, like, even on failure, you will only get Spirit Blade and nothing else, and attacked by a few Golden Army warriors.
Okay. So I'm going to add a bonus die from the Driven call-on trait, which is a call-on for a skill related to... I guess I'm not attacking yet. I'm not using the sword yet, so I can't do that. Maybe I just don't actually... All right, we're going to use the Persona die that I have.
Just remember, you have sword skill next, and that one's important too.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, I
So
mean,
what is
if you're
the
just
ob?
going for Ob 3, I mean,
It was Ob 2. Oh, no!
You can spend a fate to get
Oh
one
my
more roll.
gosh.
wow, that's epic.
How does a fate give you one more
Holy
dice?
shit.
It's a sorceress roll, therefore
Oh.
you spend a fate to get one more instead of
Gotcha.
open-ending
Oh.
spaces.
Oh no.
Well, now we just have a fair fight, my friend.
Oh no.
Yeah, boy.
Well, first, so we'll see what happens. So Skagos, you all hear Skagos command Ivo to attack Dakath. Dakath begins
In
to
a foreign
sing.
voice.
What?
In a foreign voice. I feel like that's
in
important.
a
to know.
slightly off, yes, not the same voice he'd been speaking in. And then Dakath begins to sing, and his sword begins to glow, and 3 Golden Army warriors run into the room, and everybody makes a steel test against Wonderment. You see that the warriors are Antoine and 2 spearmen.
Double awesome. This is great. I love it.
And remind me, like a steel test, the ob is always your hesitation. Is that?
It's actually, normally it's hesitation plus 1 for every success over the ob, but Dakath failed, so it's just a flat hesitation.
Okay.
Oh, I don't like that.
And to be clear, we can't help one another because they're individual, like all of them.
There are circumstantial bonuses, like are you armed and are you with friends? I'm trying to look up the exact verbiage because I'm pretty sure we get 1 to 2 dice of bonuses.
Try to look at 2.
Feeling safe in a group of friends of allies, 363. It's being startled by something mundane or feeling safe in a group of friends and allies.
So
That's
just plus
all we
one.
get.
I mean, I would think we're in a group of allies. I don't know about safe.
Yeah, I don't think safe would apply at all. Reed, are you okay with that one bonus die, though?
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
Wait, what do we get the bonus die for?
Being among friends?
No, it's feeling safe in a group of friends and allies is one thing.
Oh, I missed that.
Well, I think.
I've got a...
Maybe it's an advantage die because we've been seeing this. We've seen this now a few times.
Yeah,
I
well, it's
guess
like
I
I would
imagine-
almost. You feel safer because of it, but you just can't help but be overcome by wonderment, and so I feel like that's where that. Because I'm like, when are you ever rolling a steel test that you feel safe surrounded by friends? Like that'd be such a rare occurrence.
Yes.
Surprise! It's your birthday. I think that's what it is.
Yeah, I run away screaming.
So
So
we get the die or not?
I don't
Yes.
think you do it, Dekoff.
No, he meant.
I
from
was
the
I was
birthday
joking
party.
about the birthday party, yeah, because I failed my steel test.
So to confirm, we get the bonus die?
Okay, I passed.
Yeah.
I fail horribly.
What's happening? Where's my... Oh, okay. I'm going to use a fate.
Wait, we want you to run away.
Why?
You're
Because
about to-
you can't attack me if you're running away.
Yes. We
But I
want you
don't
to
think
fail.
that would be... If I'm like power of suggestion, it doesn't matter what I want. I guess I'm looking at it like that.
Fair.
True.
Huh. Here's a weird thing. Another like kind of note. I deducted my fate earlier and it went back up. So people should keep an eye on that too. I don't know why. Maybe I did something wrong. I don't know. I just dropped it too though. Strange.
So Ivo succeeds.
Yeah.
Lenora succeeds. I think that's literally it.
What are the options again? Stand and drool, prostate yourself, or prostrate. I don't know.
Beg, fall prone and beg for mercy, run screaming, swoon, or stand and drool.
I think Loop's gonna fall prone and beg for mercy, specifically from Asher, because he knows some shit's happening here and he needs help.
The Golden Army soldiers stand and drool. Ah, this is interesting. So, Skagos just screams like, "Don't just stand there, do it! Help me, you fools, help me!" And since you don't really know that he has actually been suggested, we're just going to do a bloody versus of Ivo attacking Dakath.
Okay. So, what do I roll? Would that be like crossbow or?
It's really on you. He told you to kill him.
I mean, it's always loaded, so.
Yeah. You got one opening shot at him.
Okay.
So you guys have to split your weapon dice into attack and defense.
Yeah. I'm trying to like play this out like it makes sense, and I feel like if he's commanded to attack, I would put all my dice in attack.
Do you have to do at least one in defense? Maybe. Most likely. But let's find out.
Successes in the defense pool. So extra six. Yeah, it doesn't really.
Yes, you
super
have to have
clearly
two
say.
pools.
I would imagine you have to though.
So you have to put at least one.
Okay. So if I have 3 in crossbow, I would do 2 in attack and 1 in defense.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you defend yourself?
I have to apparently.
Fair enough.
So I just roll 2 die.
You roll 2 dice and then
well,
1.
There's a few other things about advantages and things.
Yeah,
like
you can
that,
also
but
see higher reflexes, longer
I
stride.
wouldn't roll until
and
because I
appropriate
think he has to
force.
split his die too.
Oh,
His pool
okay.
too.
I don't even know what the roll shows
I'm-
at. It's weird.
I'm doing the opposite. I'm just defending as much as I can and attacking as little.
Reflex. So let's see. Ivo has a B5 reflexes. Tagat has B4. So you get another dice on your attack, Connor.
Okay.
Dude, does ranged count as reach? I don't think so.
Longer weapon, probably. Yeah.
Reed, do you have the original series Star Trek fight music? Because that would be perfect for this.
So yeah, he would probably have. Connor would probably get longer weapon, and then Nick might get armor and stride.
Yeah. So
Actually,
Connor,
am I allowed to attack Skagos with my attack dice instead of Ivo?
Now that's interesting.
Oh, I see. I think I rolled the wrong thing. That's what. Okay, so I roll 3d6.
I don't see
'Cause
why
it's not like we're like
You're, no, yeah,
we're not
it
locked in
makes-
some domain expansion or something, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think you are defending against Skagos, or defending against Ivo and attacking Skagos makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. How do I calculate my dice pool? Would it be sword?
Yeah,
Yeah,
sword
sword.
plus your shield plus whatever bonuses you got from armor and stride. I'm not looking at the thing. I'm just saying ideas.
Is bloody versus in the codex?
No,
No,
it's
it's-
in the burning
it's-
middle.
425 or something like that. So you would get +1 die to your defense, if you have a shield.
I do.
And you would get +1 D that you could put on any side for stride, having longer stride.
Okay.
And then if you have anything to fork, like brawling,
I have driven, which I think I can use for sword in my belief 3 or my belief 3, which is protect.
driven, a call on will let you re-roll the failures.
Oh, okay, cool. So it's my sword plus 3 dice. It sounded like 1 for armor, 1 for stride,
And
1 for shield.
and
And
1
then however many forks you think are appropriate.
Little shield training is what I need for doing shield. I don't think I have
I don't think
any.
you have any. Yeah.
Yeah. It's just the base stuff. Like,
we'll start training brawl. We'll practice brawling, the two of us.
Yeah.
And we'll
Yeah.
get
hell yeah. So that's a pool of 9. which I will split 4 to defend myself and 5 to attack Skagos.
Reed, can you put the obstacle to 1? Because I think Connor only got 1 success in attacking.
I just rolled 3d6, so I just
Yeah, I only saw 1 6 and like a 1.
If you click underneath it, it'll show you the results.
yeah
Like if you click on those 3d6 in the box,
it
it'll
does say.
show you the results.
yeah it shows
So
the
you actually have a 6 if you want to explode it.
yeah. I mean, I guess I should. God damn it, the fate went back up to 7 again. Weird. Okay, I'm down to 4 now. I'm curious if that'll reset again. So what? I just go ahead and roll another, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It's weird that
Okay,
fate.
so this is my defense.
Okay.
Which actually I fail because that's with the ob should have been 3 total from my wound penalty if he has 2 successes.
Right. But
And you only
wait
have
wait till you roll your other pool and then decide if you want to use your call on.
Wait, does he have? Did you have 2 successes or 1 success?
You only have
One.
Okay, so then I pass. Okay, cool.
How did you use your sword test though? Because I thought you have to split it. That's why I was like kind of manually rolling.
Yeah, I gave myself a negative bonus.
What? Negative bonus just blew my mind. Okay, I just wasn't sure. So tell me when to roll the 1 die to defend if that's all I get. I guess do I have a shield?
Well,
Does
I'm not
my-
attacking you.
So now, Nick, if you want, you can use your call on for your sword skill.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I call in for my sword skill on my attack because I really want to hit that motherfucker. So do I re-roll with?
You reroll 4 dice. I think you should just have to roll 4 dice, probably.
Who would have thought Dakath's
Oh,
combat
I just said D4. Oof. Oops.
come into play to kill
That's not the
me?
right thing. I'm not attacking you. I'm attacking Skagos.
What?
He's attacking Skagos.
Yeah.
Then why? I'm confused. I thought we were doing a bloody versus.
Yeah, but we're not in like the Thunderdome.
I thought it was
Wow,
like
you were cursed today.
Yeah.
It's not good. It's not good.
Well, you did hit him.
So
Yeah, does he have armor?
Yeah, it's it's like a 3-way bloody versus.
Okay, that-
Your
Wait,
Is it still?
Did he not have to take a steel test?
no, I should have. Let me see.
Yeah, I'm getting turned around. So just tell me what to roll, when to roll.
I don't think you really have to roll anything, but you can just roll it for the hell of it.
Oh, so you're saying there's no point in rolling defense because no one's attacking me?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I've never thought or even maybe heard of a 3-way bloody versus, because to me the versus implies.
Well, usually it's 2 people who want to kill each other, and I don't want to kill you.
No, but I thought you were defending yourself at least, and that's why when you were like, I want to use more of my dice and attack, I was like, okay. But yeah, okay. I mean, that just
It's
turned
like
me
the combat equivalent of like stiff arming your little brother and then doing something else.
on. All right.
So I'm gonna roll my dice pool for Skagos. So Skagos passed his steel test, and he just Yeah, you said you had your sword to his neck, so he reaches out to just kind of claw at your face. And he's gonna roll 4 dice. Oops.
Wait, he has a gray shade?
He does.
Yeah, this isn't Skagos.
Oh, okay. Well, does his defense die count against Gagos too?
Yes. So what was your...
So then,
What'd he roll on defense? I'm gonna roll Skagos' defense also.
You want me to re-roll the defense, or
No,
I
you
guess
already
his
rolled-
penalty? Okay,
You
so I had
already
two
had.
successes totally, but I have a wound penalty. So if he has 2 successes, he beat me by 1.
Okay.
you got a 6. You
Yeah.
got 1 6.
Oh, okay. So I can re-roll with fate.
Yeah.
Hey!
Wow.
Let's go.
And then his 2 defense. I rolled 2 6s.
So you didn't hit him. You didn't hit him, but he didn't hit you. So that's great.
A whole lot of nothing happened, but everyone got brawling tests.
You're just in this weird kind of grapple with him almost, and you can't just get your sword at an angle to touch him, and he seems almost like just like snaking away from it, out of reach every time you're just about to cut him or stab him. And he's trying to claw at your face, which you don't really feel anything from, but it's kind of hindering you a bit. And then you also
So-
feel an arbalest arrow just fly past. Wait, did you get hit by Ivo?
No.
Okay, yeah. So you
I didn't roll very
Yeah,
well.
no.
you hear the arbalest, an arrow flies past you, and you look, and Ivo has just taken a shot at you and is likely now drawing his. Well, I don't know.
Wait, he's firing an arbalest?
Yes, it's a crossbow.
I think it's basically all I've got. I
Isn't
think
an
maybe
arbalest like a giant crossbow?
Yeah, they call them arbalests in Burning Wheel, but it is just like a large crossbow.
Yeah, that
Okay.
could kill you, like, in one shot. It's for real.
Oof.
So while this is
That is all you
happening,
got.
Reed, since our friend Antoine is just hesitating, can I hack his head off?
Oh, you can definitely. Well, that's true. How long does steel hesitation last?
He's standing and drooling for a number of actions equivalent to his hesitation.
Yeah, and I believe I'm the next lowest with 3. The guards have 7, and Anton has 6 left. I don't know what Lenora has.
I didn't.
Well, Nora
Hesitate.
passed.
Oh, yeah. Ooh, good for her.
So the question is whether it's a test, because he's just standing there while I'm hacking him.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's almost like you would get a free attack, and that would almost, I feel, pull him out of his stupor.
Mm-hmm.
So you can. You look at him, and he's very heavily armored also, and has his notable large axe that's almost as big as he is, and he's always been known for his kind of unnatural strength almost.
Yes.
And so you
Yeah,
can
no, he
just
just
make a
acted-
straight attack to hit him, and we'll roll his armor.
This guy would crush me. So basically, she walks up to him, winds up her axe, and sets to try and just chop his head off.
Yeah, does he have like helmet on?
He doesn't have a helmet on.
Yep. So I'm going for his head.
Yeah.
I'm going to be a dick here because my axe is really low. Since he's just standing there, can I work carefully?
I love that
It's-
question.
It's T-ball, baby. Just line it up.
Yeah. I'll let you do it.
Okay. So I only have 3 dice. I'm not a very good. She's a better priest than she is a warrior. Okay, I got 1 success. I got 1 6. I'm gonna spend a fate point.
Oh, we should
No.
have done a failure also.
So he takes a. What does that mean? Does it mean I do an incidental?
I didn't even know what the obstacle is.
Right.
There's no obstacle. It's a 1 or it's a nothing. It's a margin of success, I guess.
What is your incidental with the axe? Let's ask that question.
Not very good.
So, like a great strike against no action is just ob 1.
Mm-hmm.
And grants a bonus to damage or armor. So before you roll, +1 to your incidental or 1 to armor versus armor. Oh, interesting.
No, I was going. He doesn't have any armor, so I'm going for strength, power.
Yeah, so you'll get +1 to your damage result.
Okay, so then that is a B8 to his neck.
Ooh, baby.
Your incidental is a B8 with an axe?
No, I got it. I got because there's a great strike. I could move it up.
Ooh, alright.
Yikes. Yeah. It's pretty severe wound you caused to him.
It's all thanks to the elf. I did nothing.
And he like comes out of his he falls to the ground kind of.
Yeah.
You've slashed his neck and he is like bleeding, but he's just kind of taking a moment to understand what even just happened to him between the elven song and now this. The other two, you can see that the other 2 golden warriors are just stunned, staring at the elf and his sword while he had stabs at Skagos. Loop, what was your last action, or what do you do next?
I was praying this entire time to Asher to like, oh shit, maybe get a little more angry now. But I don't have faith, so I can't do anything. I guess I'm gonna do spirit binding, because that's like what else I can do. Other than that, I might just get up and follow Lenora's lead and just stab one of the guards.
So you could try to open faith, can't you? Is that burning only?
And I don't know.
I think it's a little more complicated than that.
I do think it's a little more complicated than that. Yeah, I'll just do a spirit binding test.
I'll say, do you want to do a spirit binding thing? Yeah.
I mean, I could summon God here. Oh no, I can't summon God here. I specifically can't summon God. I'll do spirit binding. Whatever.
I mean, this might be the fucking thing that you accidentally let through in the.
Oh, it 100% is. I actually do think it's that.
Yeah.
So let's look at spirit binding. Oops.
So I'm gonna do an attack Spirit Bind, which is very dumb and you shouldn't do it, but it's also my only option. Are we technically in the city still? Let me ask that question.
Yes, you are.
Okay, cool. I'm going to attack. I'm going to have limited domain, which means it's not plus anything. Spirit 4. Attack Skagos. No, is that not what I want? That's not what I want to do. I'm going to have a spirit hinder Skagos with +2 ob.
Okay.
Yes, and that's it. So it's an ob 4. It's a city, it's limited domain, and it is literally just I'm gonna have Skagos have +2 obstacle.
To physical actions or perception-based actions. Okay.
Yes. So stabbing or hurting me or others. That's
So the failure to this, the entity which you have seen, the angelic entity that is seemingly following you, will show itself.
I'm down with this. Now's the time. Big dumb list of forks. Astrology, because of course always. Persuasion, because I am asking the spirit to do something. I don't know. And city-wise, I'm in the city. Of course, city-wise. Always city-wise. Oh, can I offer? Can I give an offering to the spirit beforehand to get extra dice? I know that's a thing I can do. Is that? Let's not overcomplicate this. Okay, yeah.
I
Anything
mean,
else? History.
it sounds interesting if you have something you think you even have to offer.
I mean, I have money.
Yeah. I think you would generally know the spirits don't really care about material wealth.
Yeah, you're not wrong. I don't know. Will you let me
That
fork in
sounds like-
merchant wise? Because I'm a merchant and I'm begging them to do it, and I know how merchants beg.
No, but I think city-wise does make enough sense,
Yeah.
so that'll give you +3.
Alright, cool. Let's roll these bones.
Oh, dear.
I will spend a fate because this is a sorceress, and I have one of those left.
Wow.
Yeah. Skagos is at +2 ob. Let me roll 2d6 because that's how we actually know how long this lasts.
There's your fate. So you pray to the spirits, and suddenly
Oh
Kind of-
shit! It's a long time.
a wreath of fire envelops Skagos. And it's kind of like on his eyes, blinding him. And
Cool.
he yelps out, kind of shocked, but it doesn't seem like it's hurting him. You can tell Decathan being so close with him, but he kind of starts flailing and as if he's having trouble really finding where you are, trying to scratch at you.
Just so everyone's aware, Skagos is at +2 ob for 40 years while he is in this city specifically.
That's
Yeah,
cool.
fuck that guy.
That's really funny. So let's do Dakath. Would you? Oh well. Do we want to just go ahead and get through Artha and end on time? and pick up on, because that was kind of the next. We're kind of going into the next round of everyone makes a new decision of what to do next. So I think Artha is probably a good idea.
I don't have any decision-making ability.
That is unfortunately true.
How long does this spell last?
While in the presence of the caster,
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, hopefully someone will take this guy out.
it functions as the persuasion spell. So it's actually, we can look that up too. But it's not the persuasion spell, it just functions the same way. And so it lasts so long as you are within his presence.
Yeah, so low key, I'm terrified. You did the thing. The thing we were talking about before, you did it. And I love that you did it.
Well, I mean, there's still some twists, you know. You may think you understand what's going on, and you may not either.
That's true. I am meditating pretty hard.
Well, it's not D&D, so I can't just be like, roll history. See if you know what's going on. It's not. No.
I mean, there are skills that would help us. It's just none of us have them. Like, it's not a star or a spirit. I don't know. Who thinks they got a persona from their belief? Why don't you, the person who thinks that, start?
Yeah, I like that.
Protecting members of my party.
Do you think you've completed that?
I guess I haven't completed that. No.
That's just your
Yeah.
fate farm.
Yeah.
You definitely get a fate from that.
May I ask a secondary follow-up question? Do you think that you're done protecting the party?
Yep. Packing it up.
Because that's it being done. So
Gotcha. Understood. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's
What
like,
I've done is, you can add qualifiers to it if you want to figure out how to make the fate farm also personable.
Right. Yeah. Like after this session, I might change it to say, I will kill fake Skagos.
Right. Well, that's kind of what we were talking about at the beginning of the session was like, you can kind of choose, do I want to get a fate from this or do I want to get a persona and add one more line to it that's more of a very direct, actionable thing to do and then let it come off when you get the persona. But it doesn't look like you got a fate from protecting... Undermining the Chancellor. I'll lead the party away from the city.
I think that's all I got.
I mean, attacking Skagos, I'd give you a fate for that too. But probably not for your first one. Never hide from a fight. Did that get you in trouble?
we're fighting a demon or something.
I would say the fact that one of our party members is trying to kill him means he's in trouble.
That's
so get a fate from an instinct. And then character traits didn't really get you into trouble today. Almost paranoid.
Yeah, I'm trying.
Let's see, look at Lou. Did anyone else think they got a persona?
I might have gotten 3 or I might have gotten 0. It's up to the group. So my first belief is the sanctified dead have spoken to me, and I brought with them a devil. I must hold my heart true to Asher and head towards the temple. I don't think we're going to the temple. There's a devil running around, and maybe I got a fate from that. I don't know. Probably not. My second belief, I think, is done. I know what changed the tenor of this town, and it is clearly that the Church of Ante showed up lying to a bunch of guards that are like most of the guards are probably still like loyal, and they just are lied to. So like we can just talk to them.
I think what it's one like I have a similar one where it's like we haven't quite figured out exactly what happened, right?
No, but we do know the gist, and I think the gist is enough, maybe. Because, like, we're not going to get the exact honest truth at this point, but, like, I don't know. Do you guys think we have, like, understand the source of the problem here now?
We don't even know who this dude is, do we?
Yeah, but we know he's the source.
Yeah, I don't know that. I guess I don't know that we know. But I mean, it's certainly like he's certainly a part of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. That I guess I side more with Maya, where it's like we're definitely making really interesting and important progress. And to your point, like there's definitely shenanigans that we've uncovered and kind of confirmed, but I feel like there's a lot more to learn still.
Okay, that's fine by me. I marked a fate for that, and my third belief I think is done. Asher has made her truth known, and we must follow her will into the castle, come what may. We're in this castle, and what may has come.
Yeah, you can just take a persona for that and write a completely new one.
That was my thought as well. And hey, I got my first persona, guys. The second thing is, I think this instinct came up upon entering a new domain, beckoned the spirits for their knowledge. I might have accidentally summoned Ante by beckoning the spirits for their knowledge.
Yeah, I would give you that for sure.
Yeah, that counts. That counts for sure.
You literally did summon Ante by failing that spirit summoning.
Yeah, that's like, yeah.
Hype.
I think none of my traits came up, unless Lost came up, but I think we all kind of forgot Lost existed. I don't know, did Haunted come up? I don't think that came up. That's pretty much it. That's Loop. And I gotta figure out how to add a spear and an axe to my character sheet.
I'll think on Haunted. I can.
Who's next?
Let's do Ivo. Let's see.
Yeah, I don't think I got any persona, but here were the notes I took. My third belief: the Order of Thomas Remy and kill Domelise. They must be knocked down a peg. I mean, maybe I played that by like charging into the castle in the first place.
Yeah, I would definitely say that.
I would have done it anyway. It's like it's not. I don't know. I guess the point of the belief is it verbalizes what my character would do anyway. But to me, that's maybe a fate.
Yeah.
Oops. 5. That's. The first belief: I will obtain documents for the party to move freely in occupied territory by brokering a deal with Leon and Dalaran. But first, I must find her. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's almost like getting more specific hurt me right before the session hurt me. So maybe this isn't a fate, but to me, like the scavenging for documents and intel, like that was the idea behind that to some degree, was figuring out if there was something that would grant us.
Yeah, no, I think you played it for sure.
Well, I mean, but again, like I before you popped on, Reed and I kind of sharpened that by focusing it on the action of finding Leon, which is now part of the belief. So I didn't know if that pushes in a direction that my scavenging doesn't apply to it.
I think it's in the spirit of your belief that you get a fate for that.
Okay. Instincts always have your Arbalest loaded. I fired on Dakath without having to load, so that feels like a fate to me.
Yep.
If anything's trouble, it's shooting at, my friend. Never turned down an opportunity to turn a profit. I mean, you saw my ears perk up with that idea of like, oh, I can get wealth too by scavenging. So I don't know if that's a fate to you all. I guess it didn't really get us in trouble though.
Yeah,
right?
if
So
it
that's-
gone worse for you, definitely.
Okay. Character traits. I don't exactly know how this works, but one of my traits is greed. You know, that's like literally just came up. Maybe boaster when I was trying to kind of point out to the guard that like, you know, don't you know who you're talking to, and like trying to puff or help Dakoth puff up, but that might be a stretch too.
Yeah, the traits are tricky because it has to. It's similar to instincts. It has to take the story in a direction.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I get it.
Otherwise, it's just basically it's like it's our little guideposts about how we should be role playing our character. Right?
Okay, cool. Then that's it for me.
All right, Lenora.
Okay, I have to figure out how to get rid of these fate farms and find something believable. So the betrayal of Lady Amelise has enraged Asher. I will find a way to appease the god's wrath. I have been doing this. It's not appeasing her wrath, but I've been doing it. The next one is I will protect my brother Henri, betrothed of Lady Amelise. I think it's like always in the behind driving, but
Right.
I would say it didn't come up this time really. And then the last one, which I rewrote so that maybe we could achieve it, but I think maybe it'll take another session. I must guide my companions to deliver justice to this cruel and cursed land. We will liberate Dalaran from the usurpers.
Yeah, it's nice. Definitely a fate for that.
So we're on the path.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think anything else really got her in trouble. Except for maybe if the character trait brutal counts. Because I'm gonna have to fight this guy now.
Oh,
That's actually a good point.
I'm gonna have to fight this Antoine guy now.
Yeah, I think I would give you for that.
Yeah. Even with his like superb wound or something, he's probably still gonna kick my butt.
Maybe.
Cool. All right. What else do we got?
Workhorse, MVP, mold breaker. Connor kind of mold breaker like we talked about. Let's see. Like, it's kind of hard because your whole thing is to perpetually be on the move. And you've never been quite a full believer, but you saw a prayer to Asher result in a beam of fire from the sky, letting you in, and you charged in without thinking. If it's not mold breaker, it's working towards it in a way for the time being, maybe.
that wasn't like a conscious thing. I just felt like that the party wanted to storm the castle. Like I wasn't trying to make any like dramatic shift in my character. It just was like, you got to go with the flow sometimes. So I would feel like it doesn't really make sense for me.
Comedy.
We didn't get that. We didn't get any comedy.
Pretty serious session.
Yeah, but I'm gonna actually say workhorse for Connor because the scavenging,
I agree.
the observation, the falsehood, perception test, all of those things enabled us to move the story forward.
Is that a persona?
Yes. And everybody kind of shared the spotlight, so
Yeah, we were just one giant group of success.
one happy family.
Yeah, I am continually surprised on our luck with dice.
Well,
Well-
we get the highest highs and the lowest lows. There's no in between.
I mean, I don't know how you all take the MVP, but I almost feel like we need to like reserve that for next session, because if Dakath kills this imposter Skagos, then that's a huge step, or a huge like moment that sort of begins this session, if that makes sense. I don't
I
know.
think Skagos and Antoine are kind of linked. Like they're both the same problem, quote unquote.
Well, I guess like is Antoine not bleeding either?
Oh, you know what Antoine is bleeding. He is definitely wounded. Appears to be mortal.
Okay. To me, like that's if that's how they're not linked. To me, this imposter Skagos is something big.
I would almost say Lenora gets a fate for right skill, right time, because you used faith to like calm the possessed, which I really didn't
right.
expect for one thing,
Yeah.
and you were like literally the only way that could have been done was having faith.
That was cool.
This is the descriptions was so cool, and this was so like creepy and horrifying, and also like the god stuff is like we're just these regular people, and this god stuff is happening. It's really great. So
Yeah.
great work, Reed.
I'm glad you're liking it. I'm winging most of
thematically
it.
appropriate.
I had like a
Appropriate
few
for
set
October.
ideas. Yeah, it ended up being a good kind of spooky game.
Ooh, in the meantime, we should all brainstorm weird good skills that Dakath should have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe it's gonna be something like Demon Wise, my friend.
Yeah, right.
My
know.
favorite non-combat that you fork into every single combat is dance. Because, like, when are you not moving your feet rhythmically in a fight?
Oh
So,
my god.
That is very good.
yeah.
I feel like that's classic Lucas.
I would never allow that.
I love
Like I'm trying to dance away from Ivo to get at Skagos, you know.
Can I mention scheduling like where we've left it?